This is the Copper Crab Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperweiss.
Naven Koperweis.
Coming at
and
you.
Cheney Crab.
You're damn right.
If you guys have any questions to submit to the podcast, email us at coppercrabpodcast@gmail.com because we'll answer those questions eventually. Can you turn me down?
Yeah, I feel like the
In
whole
my
thing's
ears?
kind of loud.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. Check. Is that better?
No.
Shit, here, hold on a second.
It seems like you turned down, but I didn't.
No,
there
just turn
we
down.
go. That's good.
I didn't turn anything down.
Oh, that's the. Okay, now it's all the way down.
Okay, how about that? Is that good?
Now
Is
it's
that
good. Maybe up a little more.
Gotta get these levels
That's
correct.
the age-old trick.
Couple dBs.
Is the sound guy not actually turning up or down anything,
Yeah.
and the person being like, "All right, that's good. That's good with me."
You know, we have stories. I won't say who. I won't say which band it is or who said this or which label it is.
Yeah,
But somebody from
a band or label or
yeah,
Okay.
the label says to change certain things. They're picky,
Oh yeah.
and the
yeah.
certain someone says they send it in and they say that they changed it, and then the label
Yeah.
says like, "Sounds great, guys."
To be fair, I thought this is how picky different labels can be, though. I thought you were talking about a different label at first.
Okay, because you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about now,
God, mine's a little.
but I thought you were referring to someone else at first because it's not really. I thought you were going to tell a different story about someone at a label being really picky about something.
Okay.
You might know
vague,
which other
weird.
one You might know which one I'm
Now I
talking
want to
about.
know. and I don't know. So, Cheney was saying that we were wasting.
That's the biz, though.
That is the
You know,
biz.
the biz.
Cheney was saying we were wasting valuable podcast time, so I'm still making myself a drink.
Well, I was talking about how delicious this beverage is that I've made. That's a Fireball apple cider drink. But I think
Can you pass me the apple cider? Because I'm trying to make one myself.
shout out to Shara and Jared, who we talk about on the podcast. I feel like they come up often.
They might need to be added to Copper
But,
Crab Bingo.
But we had a going away party on Saturday because we're going away.
Somewhere.
We're moving to Nashville.
That's right, dude.
And
moving it.
we
Cheers,
had
Cheney.
cheers.
Boom.
We had a bunch of our friends and family over for a party on Saturday and it ruled, but Sharon Jared brought over a bucket of Fireball.
Dude, they came in hot.
shots.
They came in hot with that bucket of fire. It's like 30 of them or something.
Yeah, I
She
was
was
thinking
like,
now that's a fucking pro move.
Such a
I'm going to do that now because if you just bring shots into the party, here's what happened. They brought the shots right away. I was like, okay, everyone's taking one of these. It's a celebration.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's like, everyone has to do it. Because
Yeah.
they came late, by the way.
Yeah.
So everybody was already here.
Right.
So they walk in late with the big Fireball thing. And it had ice in it somehow. I guess they
I was
stopped
wondering the
and
same thing.
got
Yeah,
ice.
did they put ice in it? They definitely did. It didn't come that way.
Well, that is a good question. We do
It
not
was
happen to know that they
cold.
were at a different party first. So maybe they filled it up there.
There we go. Got it. They got all the ice out of their freezer, out of their the dispenser.
But that was a pro move. And everyone was like, yeah. We did a big Fireball shot.
And everyone took a shot. That is the other thing. People who are not naturally inclined to take a shot, if someone's got a pail of Fireball whiskey and it's your friend's going away party, you're taking
you better
a
take
shot.
a damn shot of that
Yeah.
thing.
So many people at the party, myself included, were like, this is more than a shot. I'm too old.
I know, but the thing is,
I could only take half of
Fireball
it. TBH.
is 66 proof. So it's not like taking this much like Jack Daniels or something.
How much is Jack Daniels proof?
It's like 100 proof, right?
I have no idea. I thought Moonshine was 100 proof.
101. Isn't it 101 proof like the Pantera album?
I don't know.
There, I gotta look this up.
I don't
real
know
quick.
anything about any of this.
101 proof, dude. That's like something to do. I'm like blowing it, but How many?
That should be on the bingo. Naveen saying, "Oh, I'm like blowing it."
Probably killing this, but
Jack Daniels, what a delicious beverage, man.
I know. Actually, somebody who I work with was like, "Oh, I'll get you a bottle of bourbon for Christmas. You like bourbon?" And I was like, she's like, "What's your favorite bourbon?" And I'm just like, Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Really?" And I don't know if it is really my favorite.
It's just the go-to. It's like
Yeah.
how Chipotle isn't my favorite burrito, but if I'm in the like anywhere away from home, I'm gonna be like Chipotle.
Yeah. She's like, "Oh,
It's
Jack
consistent.
Daniels, really? Have you ever had Angel's Envy?" And I'm like,
And
yeah,
then you were
I've
like,
had Angel's
yeah,
Envy. I like Angel's Envy a lot, but
we're going like price.
I'm trashy.
There
trying
are
to
a
be
lot,
trashy.
but there are a lot of factors at play here. It's price,
Yeah,
taste,
$17.
feeling the next day. It's all the same, all the things at the same time. Angel's Envy is like $50 a bottle, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, I think it's 44.
That's two
ABV.
bottles of Jack.
Jack Daniels.
In Jack math, that's 2 bottles.
Jack math. Dude, I like it.
Oh, single barrel. And then see, Jack
Why doesn't it
also
say?
has another thing going on where all of their specialized bottles are as much as like an Angel's Envy. So you might
Yeah.
splurge on the specialized bottle sometimes, thinking you're getting something better.
How come this doesn't say the fucking ABV? God damn it.
What's ABV?
Alcohol by volume.
Oh, it does right there. It's 40%.
Okay, 80 proof.
So this is way stronger.
I thought it was 101 proof, dude, just because of Pantera. I think it was just because
Okay,
there was
this is 66 proof.
I think there was just a Pantera shirt that said Pantera in the Jack Daniels logo, and it said 101 proof.
Oh,
on it.
bingo.
Or, no, wait, I think it's the live album. The live album's called Live 101 Proof, something like that.
Okay. I thought they were known for drinking Black Tooth Grins.
What's that? What are you talking about those?
I don't really know what it is.
Okay, let's see if we can.
And I know... Is it Black Tooth Grin that they're famous for drinking?
This is a look stuff up episode. Okay, wait a minute.
I'm not like a Pantera
Hold on,
aficionado.
Anyway, not that cool. I'm stupid anyway. So,
Found it.
I don't know. Who cares?
But anyway, yeah, we're moving to Tennessee. Which Jack Daniels is from. You know what? Don't go. Okay. We made the mistake. I'm sure we've told this story a million times, but when we were on tour in Europe, you get to ask for a whiskey, your liquor of choice.
Yeah.
And we said that we wanted whiskey,
Right.
intending to get
Whiskey.
American whiskey
Yeah,
that we
fair.
call whiskey here.
Yeah.
And when we got there, every single night we got scotch.
Yeah. Which is utterly disgusting.
Scotch is the worst alcohol that exists on the planet.
I know.
I'll drink gin,
It's really gross.
tequila. Scotch just tastes like it. You know how everything is barrel aged?
Yeah.
Scotch literally, actually, legitimately tastes like a barrel.
It's like you took something that was really good, like bourbon,
Yeah,
and then you put a bunch of like cigarettes out in it, or like
Totally.
a cigar.
totally. It's just like all gross.
And I'm not even trying to be cool and try to act like I enjoy scotch, because I don't. I like bourbon.
No, Scotch is fucking absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, no, it was a total bum out. Something that we didn't even think of.
At all.
Over across the pond, you have to say bourbon.
Yeah.
Although, we were okay. We were good when we were in Ireland. Because Irish whiskey is chill.
Jameson.
Jameson.
I mean, come on.
Shout out to Jameson.
Because then we were luckier than ever.
Yeah.
We also went to the Jameson. It wasn't the factory. It was like maybe
Yeah, it was the factory.
was it? We just saw like the facade. We just saw like the touristy part.
We kind of just hung out in the lobby.
Yeah, and it was right around Christmas, and they had a bunch of Jameson Christmas drink specials. Actually, what I'm drinking right now kind of tastes like one of the drinks that I had that night.
It really does. But I mixed with mine a little bit of bourbon
Oh my
and
god!
the Fireball and the cider. And I think there's another reason
That
why
sounds
we're having a little-
satanic.
So we've been having a total party weekend, right?
Yeah,
we've been-
since Friday.
Friday we went to my dad's Christmas party.
Yeah.
Saturday we had our own freaking party.
Frickin' party.
Sunday.
We went to the pool hall with your brother.
Went to the pool hall with my brother. We were a little.
I only had one beer that night.
Not in the
I
best
couldn't
shape. I could
That's
only have
when
one Coors
Things
Light.
started to go downhill for me like Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You know, that was when I was ready to call it quits. I'm a little too old to do the
Rip it every night.
the rip it every night.
Well, my plan was, it's our last weekend here.
Right.
Let's rip it every night. And I took Monday off of work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So my plan was to do what we did on Friday and Saturday again on Sunday.
Wow.
I was thinking, like, let's go for it.
That's crazy.
But it didn't happen. It was
This body cannot deal with
no.
that type of
We
thing
went and
anymore.
shot some pool and then
Which is really fun. Last night I almost had you go and shoot more pool with me.
yeah. So we did decide that.
Yeah, it's all right. But do you have a drum
Ready for
roll?
this?
Drum
Ready for
roll. Drum roll, please. We decided that we're getting a pool table to put in our living room.
Oh shit, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can't wait. And we're going to build a bar
We're building them.
to go next to our okay, you remember we had this old like cabinet type thing that your mom found or we found and I refinished.
Yeah.
That type of thing would have been the perfect bar.
Totally. I think that's totally
Bar.
perfect. The bar.
We're going to the bar. We're going over to Cheney and Naveen's bar.
But I mean, that thing would have been good, but that was more of a yard sale find, kind of a fixer upper, if you will.
I love fixer uppers.
Yeah.
Joanna Gaines.
So we need to do that again, get that thing. But I wanted to have a little like mini fridge under there. And I sent you a really funny pun at work and you didn't even laugh at it.
Today?
Yeah. When I was talking about our bar, I said we needed a bev fridge. BEV fridge.
Oh, I thought that was just an actual like brand. I didn't realize that was a pun.
No. We need a beverage.
Bev fridge.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my ultimate dream in my life. Okay, wait, 2 dreams.
Yeah, a lot of dreams.
I have 2 dreams, and one is to have a mini fridge in the pool area of our house.
Yeah.
And the other one is for the studio area of our house to have a mini fridge.
Okay, so the studio, what's the studio fridge got in it?
Like Topo Chico.
I knew you were going to say that.
Sam Pura style.
Yeah. That was actually a layup.
Sam's studio is like, I know I talk about it but Sam's studio is like the ultimate setup. First, his lighting. The lighting that Sam has going on in his studio. Are there pictures? Panda Studios.
Find it right now. Keep talking.
Oh, I was just waiting for you to look for it.
Yeah,
But Sam has like a drumbrella. His studio is just so I went to Sam's studio to track Jill Valentine for the new Dead by Daylight, which I worked on and did like the
look at that, dude.
Coughing and breathing and all of that stuff for her. But yeah, Sam's studio is incredible.
That's what I'm talking about. What our room needs to look like, Cheney.
I agree. This to me is just ideal studio. So that is
clean.
Sam's room. And when I was there, he has all of the lights off and he's got an insane like light show.
Yeah,
and incredible lighting. Like,
badass.
I mean, his aesthetic eye for studio stuff is just really on point.
What if it just looked really cool, but he had no idea what he was doing?
I'm sure there's got to be a little bit of that too, right? There always is.
I would still be impressed. See, this is the kind of absorbers that I wanted to make.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Sam. We're gonna be biting.
We're gonna bite the
some of your studio because it's incredibly impressive.
Really, that's only a couple pictures.
But anyway, he was showing me. God, I can't remember the name of the guy now, but he produces Charlie XCX's stuff, and he was showing me this guy's music videos on his computer, and he had an entire light show going along with it at the same time, and that inspired me to tell you about it. And now you have like a smaller version of that going on.
Yes, it does sync with
there we go.
What are they? Philips Hue. They like sync the gamer lights or whatever.
It's really cool too.
That's perfect.
I've watched
what we're
like
doing.
tiny desks in your studio, and the lights will
Match.
they match it perfectly. It's incredible.
So yeah, that's a lot of good stuff to look forward
Lighting
to.
is such
A lot
a
of good
huge
stuff to
thing.
look forward to. Lighting. Yeah.
I feel like it's not thought about in houses as much.
I know.
I mean, if people are like, I need lights.
No, I know, but the vibe, like if you really get into lighting,
Mhm.
it's like it changes the whole atmosphere
Absolutely.
of your space.
The whole atmosphere of your space. Yeah, but anyway, Sam Studios, the shit. But these drinks are so
Yeah. So
freaking
anyway,
good.
back to the partying. We are having a little party thing. Why? Because it's the last podcast in this house.
Yeah, it is.
It's our last Santa Cruz podcast.
Last podcast in Santa Cruz. Started in Santa Cruz, and now we're moving.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on.
And it's freaking crazy.
Yeah, we've lived here. You're from here.
Yeah.
You moved to the city, San Francisco, for a while. How long were you there?
I moved there when I was 20, and I was there for probably like 5 years.
And then we both moved to LA together.
That's right.
I grew up in Des Moines. We moved
right.
to LA together, and then we moved to Santa Cruz together 10 years ago. A lot has changed in the 10
Whoa.
years. We've done a lot here.
I know.
We
Started the band.
started the band. We started the podcast. I mean, you've like drummed on every album that there is. We
Oh, thanks.
got our
Nice of
first
you.
house. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Where do you start?
I think I just started. Pretty sure I just like did a whole list of
But yeah, I mean, we came here pretty much we drove everything that we owned in a little minivan, right?
a really old one.
So we were living in
What are those called? Astrovan.
Astrovan. Yeah.
Mhm.
We were living in Van Nuys.
But
Van Nuys with Michael Keane and Raymond Bozia.
yeah.
And we
And
decided,
Keen's dogs, Pantera and Bambi.
right, little mini chihuahuas, not my favorite animal.
Not my favorite animal. They would burrow.
That was
when
they
we were
kinda cute,
asleep,
when
they would burrow up next to us
Yeah.
because that's what or I think they're called teacup chihuahuas. That's what they do to like get warm.
What a poor animal. What a poor animal.
Yeah, they seemed really
Its existence is animal abuse. Just it being alive.
yeah, they seemed really just like nervous all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I think that's what the breed is like. They just seem all nervous and like afraid to be living in Chihuahua skin.
It's like Ren from Ren and Stimpy. He's a
Totally,
chihuahua, right?
totally, except
Yeah.
smaller,
Yeah, and less aggressive. Actually, maybe not.
more aggressive.
Actually, more aggressive.
Yeah, but so we drove our van from Van Nuys.
No, so we loaded up an Astrovan,
Mhm.
and I definitely had more than one. I had at least one drum set in the van, so that's going to take up quite a bit of space.
Definitely. Hmm.
Bunch of drum gear.
My cat.
We had a cat, and we loaded up the Astrovan because I was like, "Oh, Cheney, my mom's got like a little barn out back of her house. We could stay there for a while and sort of like figure out what we want to do." Because I had just left animals, and we didn't really have like a whole reason to be down in LA anymore. So we load up the Astrovan, right? Get all of our stuff in there. Which actually, now that we're doing this move, I'm thinking that's crazy that we could fit everything in the Astrovan.
Yeah, we've acquired a lot of stuff.
Because I had like a lot of the same stuff. I had a desk that was pretty sizable.
Yeah.
I had those same monitors. Same
We
exact
had
monitors.
the same bed.
Same bed.
We had a different couch, but we bought that when we moved here. We also had that huge IKEA dresser. We had a lot of shit that we left when we moved here
Okay, we left some stuff.
at our house. Yeah.
Oh, well, we probably left that
Remember
bar
we-
over at the house that you're talking about.
We
right?
left that. We left that huge black and white IKEA dresser. And we had like a
Oh, right.
black leathery couch.
Right.
We also had the little what would you call that? The little lounging couch bench area that you made.
Oh yeah, yeah. But that was gone for
Was
a
it?
while. Yeah,
I can't remember.
because we got the little leathery couch thing.
But in the barn, this is how we were living, which was chill. I was always like loving the barn, but it was directly on the ground, and there were a lot of like animals, woodland creatures surrounding the barn. And one night, a skunk ran into our spot
early on
and under
of us living there.
the bench thing that you made.
Yeah.
It was pretty early on. There were a lot of variations on the barn that we did.
Yeah, a lot of iterations. But you remember how I got the skunk out?
Yeah, with cat food.
Yeah, I put a cat food trail from where it was out the door.
We were on our way to someone's birthday party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whose birthday party would we have been going to?
No idea.
Maybe Scobie.
How do you know it was a birthday party?
Because I just remember it really specifically, like this feeling of anxiety, like we got to get this skunk the hell out of the house so we can go to the birthday party.
Oh, shit. We should have invited Scobie to the party.
I know. Oh, my God.
We blew it.
Fuck. Sorry, Scobie, if you ever hear this.
Yeah.
We totally should have invited him.
Goofed. But anyway,
Oh,
so we're
man.
in Van Nuys. We get the whole Astrovan loaded up. And I remember the one thing that I couldn't fit in there was this chair.
Oh, yeah.
And I put it on a bike rack on the back of the van.
Yep.
And then I go to start the van. Fucker wouldn't start.
After it was fully packed.
Yeah, fully packed. I was like, golly, this is not good. So I think I had AAA come jump start it.
Something like that.
And then I was just, I'm not turning this off. We're driving all the way there.
6 hours.
Yeah. It was at least 6 hours. Could have been more.
Probably more. And then we
But-
also had Iggy, my cat, that I
Yeah.
brought from Iowa. And he was just in the front seat. He wasn't in a carrier or anything like that.
Really, we just grabbed him.
Yeah.
Throw
and
him in.
I don't know why we haven't talked about how we drove up. I think you brought it up the other day. We drove up here with Iggy, and we thought he was going to meow the entire time, but he just was really silent.
True. After a while, just.
Yeah, because I've been all
pushing it.
worried about our cats. We
Yeah,
have
so
two
this
cats.
time we're doing over 30 plus hours drive.
Yeah.
And we're doing full size van.
Naveen's in the van with the trailer,
Yep.
and I'm in the car with the cats.
Yeah. License plate numbers for both cars.
So if you see like a van and a trailer and a little black car driving by you on the interstate,
It's us.
it's us.
Wouldn't that be sick if someone actually did see us?
Yeah,
That'd be really
that would
cool.
be pretty cool.
So
if you
say hi.
do hear it, call in.
You know what's awesome is that
Or if you do see us.
I've got some walkie-talkies for the trip. That's been my plan. I've been really excited about this walkie-talkie thing.
I know. I'm excited to see if it works.
It's
because
definitely
we've
gonna
been
work.
talking
'Cause
about
I think
it
they
for
have like
while.
a mile range, so we'll just be caravanning, and I'll be like,
like a trucker.
"Let's get some food."
I wish we had
babe."
some trucker things, so we could like get other people involved.
like a CB radio.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like a whole culture, though.
totally. It's like an underground
Yeah.
culture.
I think we might be getting kicked off of there.
Yeah, like
Noobs.
oh yeah, I could see that. That would be fun to have a CB radio. I'm sure a lot of people have had fun with those.
I think that is for some reason my mind always goes to like sexual deviance. Like they're used
Is
for
that what it's
sort of thing.
about?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just
Why would you
saying.
think that? What led you there?
Just like, a
I think
bunch of people on the road, kind of lonesome,
gotta be.
kind of.
It's gotta go back to
It just kind
sexual.
of goes that
deviance.
route after a while.
I always think of the movie Contact with Jodie Foster, because I'm pretty sure, she was getting in contact with the aliens on a CB radio. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone, drop it in the comments. I know you guys will. You're good at that. But I'm pretty sure she was trying to contact aliens with a CB radio.
I don't think it works for that. I don't think it works for that.
Anything is possible.
I think all you do is contact truckers.
I don't know, man. The U.S. government's coming out. They're slowly dropping hints to us that, like, not to be afraid of aliens. So I think it might work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Last year, didn't they, like, confirm a side? I don't know. I'm not
Yeah, I don't know either.
a UFO expert.
We can't start going aliens.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know.
It's like way not our wheelhouse.
Yeah, that's totally not our wheelhouse. All that I know is that owls, if an owl is outside of your window staring in, it's a fucking alien.
The owl's the alien.
The owl is the alien.
All right.
Do you remember when we brought, haven't you ever seen the movie Fourth Kind?
I don't think so.
All right, that's where I got that from. But do you remember we got this little kitten named Nash?
Yeah.
And the night that we brought him home, there was a huge owl sitting on top of the barn.
I do remember that.
So I wonder if
I wonder
if that's how we lost Nash.
I know, we lost him. He got it's kind of crazy. He got out one night. We couldn't get him back in. And that was that.
The owl must have swooped in.
Yeah. Not good.
I don't know. I just feel like if cats want to go outside so bad, then they should just go outside. Yeah. And if they get swooped up by an owl, that was kind of
that's their path.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we let our cats out all the time. They go out. They run the house.
If we didn't let them outside, they would physically, I think they would murder us while we were sleeping because they already do really weird things to us.
Yeah, if there's one day where like Shane and I both go to work and like they stay inside all day, when we get home, they're insane.
Yeah, it's like a different animal.
It's like they're drunk or something. They're
totally
just running around and being
Pappy will just
not
like
chill at all.
Be standing and out of nowhere he'll freak out and like jump up and do a trick on a wall or something. It's so fucking weird.
A trick.
Yeah, some kind of Pappy trick.
You know, I wish I had like a diary or something because I could read like some of the first days that we got here. You know, like what I did, what it was like.
Well, we had to clean up the barn.
Yeah.
When we first got here, so we spent like a good 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Cleaning
because the barn
just cleaning
was
up the barn.
a barn, so we had to sort of make it livable.
Well, it wasn't just a barn; it's that it had a bunch of fabric in it.
Yeah.
Because your mom's a seamstress, and she was using it as like her sewing room.
It's kind of like a sewing room / storage situation.
Yeah, and there was a ton of fabric in there, so we had to clean that out first.
Yep.
And then you like stain the floors.
Yep.
I think we were staying in the front room for the first week or so inside of her house because then you like mopped the floors and painted them all and went through all of that.
Yeah, which was really fun. I got like a floor staining kit, concrete staining kit. It was really cool.
It looked cool.
Then we painted the inside and made it into a home, didn't we, Janie?
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
And that's where we started the band. That's where we started the podcast, obviously. I feel like we started the podcast and then not too much longer. We kind of moved over to...
Yeah, it was about 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4 episodes in. That we moved to our house.
Only that many? 4 episodes?
Yeah, the first 4 or 5 episodes.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, and then we moved to our house, and we've been doing the podcast ever since, and the band.
Yeah.
Doing all kinds of stuff.
And we're still here, just trucking along.
Yeah, you know? And we've been waiting and waiting because of Naveen's last day of work. You scheduled work through this Friday.
Yep.
So we've had a place to live in Nashville for a while, but we have been waiting for this weekend to leave, and we are
finally
starting to get
us.
here.
Finally upon us.
It's really weird. Super surreal. It's going to be weird when we leave this street for the last time.
I know. I'm going to record it on my GoPro.
That's cool.
I'm going to make a tearjerker video.
Do you think
you're going to cry?
No. You're going to put like a little Coldplay on it?
Yeah.
Post it on
I don't think I haven't felt anything. It's been weird. I've like wanted to feel a little bit sad or something. But I'm just excited.
I'm excited too. I'm going to miss everyone for sure. I feel like we will see certain people more than we see them now.
Yeah.
There are just positives and negatives to every situation. It's just a new adventure.
Yeah.
I've now lived so far away from my own, like where I'm from for so long that I don't know. It's just all another place that's super far from where I live.
You've basically lived here for like a third of your life almost.
I have. Yeah.
Wow. Now you're living in a third state.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty cool. right? It's
Yeah,
cool to get that kind of perspective. It's been it's an incredibly eye-opening experience just to be able to travel in general, but to spend extended periods of time in places and get like integrated into the culture. It's awesome. Though I'm ready to experience something outside of Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Santa Cruz is kind of isolated.
Dude,
it's like
super.
It's almost like an island, but surrounded by trees.
Yeah, in the ocean.
You're close to the Bay Area, but you have to kind of go over this little hill or mountain. I don't know what it would be.
It's a mountain.
The Santa Cruz Mountains.
Highway
and then
17.
you come in here.
Can I get that apple juice?
So it is a bit isolated.
Yeah, and it's a super...
And it sort of has that vibe to it. You know, it has like a kind of a sleepy
beach town vibe.
yeah. Sleepy
Surf,
Hollow.
like people get up early and, you know, you do all the like getting up early type stuff and everywhere closes. Like no restaurant here is open all night.
No.
There's no...
Well, there's Leonard's.
And there's Farrell's Donuts, which is the best.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing is open 24 hours. It's super... There are no billboards here.
Which is cool. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a cool thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just... it's super closed off. A lot of shows don't come here.
Yeah, shows kind of rare. I mean, they rarely come here.
Which is funny because I've been seeing like a ton of tours announced for next year that have dates here.
So right when it gets popping, we leave.
We just dip out.
Is that what's going on here? On the flip side, you know, I've been looking at tour dates. Now I'm looking at the where's it coming to in Nashville date.
And every single tour has a Nashville date for the most part.
Yeah. Or Atlanta, but I guess that's kind of far. I looked it up. It's like 3.5 hours, 4 hours.
I'm thinking I'm driving to Atlanta maybe once a year.
Yeah. Because what show were we looking at? And we were like, oh, it'd be easier to go to
Kentucky.
Yeah, or something like that.
Or Alabama. It was somewhere like that.
There was some show, and we were like, oh, it's going to be way easier to go to this other smaller one, which would be kind of cool anyway.
Right, totally. But yeah. I don't know. That is one of the cool things about being in the middle of the country is that you can go to a million other states. Where we are specifically in California, you like don't go outside of the state very often because it's such a far drive.
Yeah, I think
the state's so big.
That was actually something I realized when I started like going to Des Moines and hanging out with you and your friend group and stuff. It's like you guys would go out of state to go to a show.
Yeah.
And then like in California, you just like don't do that.
Yeah, I don't think any Ozfest ever went to Iowa. No festivals came to Iowa. It took, I think Summer Slaughter has gone to Iowa one time. And it was like 5 years ago. Haven't gone back since. But yeah, it was like it was a barge to go to stuff.
Yeah. But I thought that was pretty cool. You know, it's kind of like, reminded me of Detroit Rock City, the movie.
God, I watched that movie so many times when I was a kid.
Road trip.
I had it on DVD and I would just eat dinner and watch Detroit Rock City like every night for a year.
I actually saw that movie with my grandparents.
Whoa. That's not a movie I would have wanted to see.
No, and they didn't like it. They hated it.
Well, yeah, because aren't there like boobs and stuff in that?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah.
Doesn't Shannon Tweedy show her? Is that her last name? Doesn't she show her boobs?
Who's Shannon Tweedy?
Or is it Tweeds? Shannon Tweeds. It's Gene Simmons' wife, but she's like
okay.
She's a smoking hot babe that the guy, what's the guy's name?
Yeah,
the main character. Yeah. Wait, he's not the main one.
It's Edward Furlong.
Edward Furlong hooks up with, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
That's Gene Simmons' wife.
Yeah, she's like a classic MILF.
Well, she was like a Playboy model back in the 70s. 80s. Yeah, she's a real MILF.
Like Stifler's mom.
Totally.
That's where the MILF came from, right?
I don't know.
That's the first time I heard it.
Do you remember that song Stacy's Mom?
Yeah.
Fountains of Wayne.
Yeah, that song's kind of good, dude, for real.
Stacy's mom has got it going. Yeah, that's a good song. That's on the fucking new bingo. Oh
yeah, so we got a new bingo.
Tiago made it. Shout out. Shouts out to Tiago. Shouts out to the new
and improved.
bingo.
I think I did say we needed a new bingo.
Yeah,
So
because we needed to have Nashville on it.
So it's got Nashville. For those of you who don't know, someone made a Copper Crab bingo.
It was
first
Tiago
edition.
that made the
same
first
guy?
one, yeah.
Okay. And it had, just funny stuff like Naveen. One of them that's not on here anymore, which I'm kind of proud of, is me checking to see if everything works.
Naveen's flip phone is listed so many times.
So it's Nashville NK's flip phone.
Flip phone, which this weekend you got shouted out by the waiter, our waiter at breakfast.
I did get shouted at by the waiter at breakfast.
Yeah, the waiter at breakfast.
At my dad's party, I was getting roasted.
Yeah,
I mean, I was getting, it was, I couldn't even defend myself.
It was, the roast of Naveen Copperweiss at the dad's party.
Because a friend of mine who I used to work with was there, and he was like, he just couldn't, like, it wasn't a thing. He didn't get, like, the funny appeal to it at all, or the, like, maybe that's cool to go off social media thing.
Yeah.
It was just like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, you don't even have Spotify on there. And then, like, just clowning. It was hilarious, actually.
I bet.
Because at first I was trying to hold my own, like, oh, you didn't see it?
No.
Oh, man.
But then people started asking me how I felt about your flip phone. And I was like, I just honestly didn't realize I was supposed to form an opinion to share with people about Naveen's flip phone. What?
It's kind of funny because...
I mean, I roast you for it at home, but I don't, like, have an opinion of whether or not you should have it. I don't really care. I think it's just harder for you.
Yeah, I know. And, like, with most people, I can be like, oh, yeah, well, it's got this feature. That's pretty cool, don't you think? Mm-hmm. But this, I was just getting pummeled so hard that I just was like, yeah, it sucks.
Well, today I was on the phone with you, and you were trying to use GPS in the way that you've been claiming to everyone when they ask you, how are you going to use GPS? You're like, oh, well, I'm just going to tether my phone's wireless internet to, or what's it called? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, mobile
tethering?
hotspot.
Yeah, I was just going to get on my hotspot from my phone.
No, I was
on my iPad.
Yeah.
And you got on it today and it did not work.
It's so shitty. It does not work at all.
So
it is just a joke.
What's the countdown, do you think, until you go back to a regular phone? A week?
I think about it a lot daily.
Didn't I say this? I guess I just have to let you like go through the motions because there are so many things like this. I feel like say.
I'm definitely doing a year. I'm doing a
year. Right.
A year
okay, we'll see. Sure. We'll see. This is like I'm not gonna drink while I'm on tour thing.
I've gone on tour.
Have you quit
before?
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Just the general. Generally, when people announce that they're not gonna drink on tour, they drink on tour.
That's true. That is true. Well.
No hate. It's hard to not drink on tour.
Yeah.
I've done it.
There are things I like about it a lot, about the flip phone.
Just like there are things that are awesome about not drinking on tour.
Okay, let me tell you something right here, real quick. My current job, it doesn't work with a flip phone.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Right.
So the only reason why I got this was because I was like, well, I'm quitting. Now I can get a flip phone because I wanted to get one for a while. Mm-hmm. So without the job where I have to drive around all the time.
What about tour?
Yeah, what about tour?
You are generally the guy who drives on tour. You like to drive. So how are you going to get around?
I think on tour we should get a GPS.
Why? No one else needs one.
No, it's nice to have it. It's nice to have it.
No one else has. We've done like 15 U.S. tours and no one else has ever needed GPS.
Evan and I have talked about
our GPSs on our phone got us everywhere.
I know, but Evan and I did have talks about how we should just have a GPS in the van. We did have talks about that.
Why?
Because you can just let it rip and you don't have to worry about your phone's battery or... It is sick to just have the GPS there and your phone is separate for your music and blah, blah, blah.
Okay. I mean... That's not really, to me, that doesn't give a good reason to spend $300 on a GPS. I guess GPSs are probably $10
You're just
now.
showing how out of step you are. They're $89. I was just
It's a banana, Michael. How much could it cost? $10?
They are $89 for like a super sick one.
All right. Well, okay. It's a waste of $89. So first,
Okay, well then I'll use your phone.
So first
I'll
you
use your
waste $200 on the flip phone, and now it's like, let's get $89 on another thing. This is basically like having an iPhone because they're trying
iPhones
to
are
get
like
you to spend money on everything.
$1,300.
Yeah, but then it's just endless costs. They just, oh, now you have to buy this to connect your whatever to your iPhone.
I haven't bought anything. I haven't bought. I bought this phone.
Next
That's
thing
all
for an
I bought.
iPhone, you're gonna need like an external camera. You know?
I already have a camera. It's right
No,
there.
but I'm not even talking about you. I'm saying that's the direction the iPhones are going.
Oh
in.
yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. They're gonna get all your money.
They definitely.
If we're talking about money,
I mean, just when they changed the headphone jack and charger cable to be the same thing, I was like, this is some bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, I am so out on
crap.
that. Dude, if I do go back to having a smartphone, it has to have a headphone jack.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be USB-C. Straight up. Fuck the bullshit. And it needs to be
crap.
It has to have the capability of plugging it into your computer and you just drag and drop files on it. Hello now. Come on.
That's sick.
Which a lot of the things I like about this phone, I realize they're just
Android
things that are non-iPhone things. So there we go. We did that part of the bingo, the iPhone.
Well, I was going to say,
segment.
before we keep talking about this bingo, we need to talk about one of the coolest things that's happened to us ever.
Oh, we'll get to it. Let's get through this bingo.
Really? I want to bring it up before people start tuning out of the podcast.
Okay. All right.
You know, because the average watch time.
What is the average watch time?
I don't know. I haven't looked, but I'm assuming it's not the whole podcast.
It's probably 4.5 minutes.
All right. So I want to talk about this.
All right. You want me to tell it or do you want to tell it?
Or do you want to keep talking about bingo?
No, I don't care. We can go back to bingo.
Bingo
Bingo will be there. Or fuck
we
bingo.
should go play the clip.
Okay, yeah. Something amazing has happened.
Something amazing has happened.
Wait a minute. Okay. Or chop it up for a second, Cheney. I gotta go get this on.
The rest of bingo was pretty good too, though. Going to Nashville, bringing up your phone all the time, bringing up Chelsea Wolf.
Let's finish up bingo real quick, and then we'll go
and play the clip. All right, let's go through bingo really quick.
We'll go through it quick style.
Cat attack, yeah. Pappy attacks us all the time.
Yep.
Questions about when the new album is coming, which we actually, another drum roll. We know the release date for our album.
But you don't.
And I will tell you that it is in the first half of 2022.
Nice. You heard it first, right?
You heard it here first.
So yeah, we got, let's just round it out real quick. Nashville, we've been talking about that a lot lately.
Yeah.
BT Bam. I feel like BT Bam's going kind of.
We haven't really talked about BT Bam very. Yeah, we're phasing them out.
Cheney talks about Sad Indie. That
happens
a lot.
all the
Barn,
time.
we just did a whole story on the Barn. New album, ? Cat Attack, Destroy Everything. I don't know what that is.
That is, I don't know how that made it in, but that is, there's a cat video where the cats are destroying I think I brought it up in one podcast where it's like Destroy Everything by Hatebreed, but it's a bunch of cats like knocking shit off of
all right
shelving.
How does that relate to us though?
Because I brought it up one time.
Okay.
Oh,
that's only a one-time deal.
Yeah, that's
though.
reaching.
Okay, we don't know about that one. Let's get that one out of there. And then
Planet Fitness. Yeah, we.
You know what? I think
we used to talk about. I think he left some on.
He just.
That's what happened. He updated it.
Because what the fuck is up is one.
Yeah, that's old.
Naveen's tangents. I haven't really been going on too many tangents.
I don't know. Because you been going on cell phone tangents.
Brutal Slam sample. Obviously, we hit that. Another BT Bam. Foil merch. So I guess we talked about that.
We talked about it one time.
Yeah. NK's flip phone mishap. I did talk about that. I got roasted for it.
For sure.
Chelsea Wolf. Yep.
I do talk about Chelsea.
Reminiscences about Iowa. We did that too today.
Totally.
So.
Which that new Converge and Chelsea Wolf album, I think I've said this every time for the last 3 weeks. Good album.
It's pretty ripping.
Not my favorite for the year, but definitely up there.
That's a quote. Imagine that on, like in quotes. Not my favorite of the year, but definitely up there.
Definitely up there.
Cheney crap. Okay.
That's like what they put on
yeah.
That's one it goes on the sticker for their album.
So here we go. This is the
Clip of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, it's
so
beyond
as you may
that.
or may not know, I love the podcast Your Mom's House. And I knew they were into TikTok, and I checked out TikTok really because of hearing it from them and a few other places, but they really cemented it for me.
His computations compel you to obey.
So they found our video on TikTok.
Optimal escape. You're blessed to reverse this unstoppable decay. You're individuality.
So
There it is.
here's the thing. When I first heard that, it upset me. And I was like, why are you doing this? And then I started to listen to it a few more times. Like for this genre, what is this
Naveen,
called?
why don't
Death
you have
metal?
it full screened?
It's
I can't
kind of
figure out
good
how to
for
do
the
it.
genre. And
Wait,
it's got to
why-
be really hard on your voice.
I think it's really hard on your voice.
How do you do this?
I don't know.
Try it.
So yeah, we got Your Mom's House playing Cheney's video.
Are you-
Completely
You're
ridiculous.
stopping the clip?
Is that good? It's the first time I've ever tried. It's my first try. I'm ready. Okay, ready? Should I do her?
Yeah. You're nailing it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like Beavis.
You're doing a great job. Yeah.
That's unstoppable decay. You're individuality.
It's hard.
Hard on your voice.
You gotta train for that. You
Yeah.
can't just go into that. That hurt. I gotta train my instrument for that. Try it.
Look
It's
at those
hard
eyes.
as fuck. Dude, but she's actually good at
I know,
that.
but she's fucking intense.
That's my favorite part.
This is the least I've heard them make fun of any TikTok
Yeah.
video ever. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
hard.
Sometimes it's best not to compete with your spouse.
That's a good one.
But also,
right, for
how
me,
do these
right?
bands
Totally.
sing like that then? How do you do death? Is that death metal? Is that
Yeah.
what this genre is?
Yes.
I would say
How do you do an
progressive.
hour and a half
Progressive.
I know.
Oh, actually, that's
Excuse me. It's a progressive form of death metal-ish
yeah.
music.
Get it straight. Get it straight. But yeah, that was super crazy. They played that. It was mind blowing.
Yeah, I woke up and checked my Instagram and had like 1 million people tagging me on Instagram, and I was horrified to watch the clip at first because you never know. They're comedians, and screaming is like so. If you're someone looking at it from the outside, screaming is such a like weird
Yeah.
phenomenon.
It's not normal.
Yeah, so I was ready to be roasted just endlessly, and seeing their reaction was actually like really heartwarming.
Yeah. Was it relieving? Were you like, yes, I didn't get roasted?
Yeah, because I was like, wow, this is awesome because it's people who don't really know about death metal and about just the style of. Did it all just shut down? Oh,
It's
well,
okay.
the
We
video.
can keep it going.
Who
I
don't
got
really
the
know
audio
about
going.
like the style of.
I think you must have kicked the power supply.
Oh crap! I did. Hold on. I think it's back on now. Yep. But it's like people who don't really know about the thing that death metal is, and they're like, "Wow, that's hard to do." Because it is hard to do. It's not just. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir here, but it's not just like screaming.
Yeah, no, it's not just random sounds.
Right.
You're
You're not just
doing an actual
screaming
thing.
and yelling. Yeah, it's like something that you have to practice at and develop to do. So that was fucking awesome to see that.
Yeah, it's so cool. So freaking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just worlds colliding.
Definite worlds
It's like
colliding.
unbelievable, to be honest.
I mean, I've been watching their podcast since we lived at the barn. And yeah, so that was pretty surreal seeing that happen.
I totally remember all the time listening to it in the barn. Well, you playing it.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
kind of one of the reasons why we started a podcast.
Definitely, because they were so funny together. And I was like, Naveen and I could probably like, have a back and forth.
Yeah.
Maybe not hilarious, but we fucking know about metal. It's
That's
just
true.
a different thing.
We do have a little
yeah.
scene to talk about.
Yeah, so it was that was super cool. That was like the highlight of the week.
Definitely. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things when you go viral or something, or I don't know. It's even more than that though, because it's like somebody you know for being famous or whatever, and then they're talking about you. I mean, they weren't talking about me, but they were talking about you, so that's kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just surreal.
Super surreal.
It's just totally surreal.
Super rad. That was the cherry on top of living at this house.
Yeah, it was great.
It's the end of it.
Totally.
But yeah, so speaking of the end of the house, damn, we're pretty far in the podcast. We've got to pack
Yeah.
because
we
it's
are-
our last week. We do have some questions, but I think I'm going to save them for next week. So shout out to those of you who have sent us stuff. Keep sending them in.
Yep.
We will answer questions. We might shoot a podcast in a hotel room next week while we're on our way. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It might, if it's not up Wednesday, it'll be up later in the week. We're going in on the podcast when we get to Nashville.
It's been a little tight the last couple weeks. And
Totally.
The podcast's been kind of short.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
But we'll be back to long, normal podcasts where we're not preoccupied and we,
so much going on, but we wanted to always check in
we're just checking in.
with you guys.
All right, you guys, last one in the house.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, Cheney. That's it, man. That's a wrap
That's a
on
wrap.
Santa Cruz. And we will see you motherfuckers in Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee, y'all.
Peace.
Love you guys. Have a good week.